the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
87 NP rebels surrender in Davao del Norte. AFP and DOST collaborate on locally made battle dress uniforms. Diesel and kerosene prices down, gasoline up. House nods 200 peso wage hike bill on second reading, but for minimum wage earners only.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, February 4, and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates of the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay, here to bring you today's story.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, 87 members of the New People's Army surrendered to the 89th Infantry Battalion in Santo Tomas, Davao del Norte, turning over 17 firearms. Lieutenant Colonel Antonio Bulao, the 89th IB commander, presented the former rebels, including 54 regular members, 29 militiang bayan members, and 4 mass supporters to local officials, military and police in a ceremony in Barangay Nakabuklad, San Fernando. Each surrenderer received 10,000 pesos in immediate cash assistance. Top officials, including 10th Infantry Division Commander Major General Alan Hambala and Bukidnon Representative Jonathan Keith Flores, assured the returnees of government support to help them reintegrate into society.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Department of Science and Technology Philippine Textile Research Institute are working together to develop battle dress uniforms using locally sourced textiles. At the 2025 National Textile Convention, Colonel Isaac Lolo Deroy Jr. confirmed that the uniforms would meet international standards while incorporating tropical fibers like abaca, banana, and pineapple in compliance with Republic Act 9242. DOST PTRI Director Dr. Julius Liano said the collaboration also focuses on designing camouflage patterns suited to the Philippine terrain. The project is currently in the prototype phase with field testing set to follow.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now let's hear a report on the ground of Philippine Navy Titan security as focus shifts to external defense. Gone for the details, Shai.
Good afternoon. The Philippine Navy has strengthened its internal processes as it shifts focus from internal security to external defense. Navy spokesperson Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad emphasized that the military has been enhancing its physical, cyber, and communication security for 2 years, independent of recent espionage concerns. The shift aligns with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive and Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro Jr.'s comprehensive archipelagic defense concept, which prioritizes securing the country's territory and exclusive economic zone. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 18th Infantry Battalion, in partnership with local stakeholders, conducted a community outreach program at Tandung Ahas National High School, Lamitan City, benefiting around 370 students, teachers, and residents. The initiative provided medical consultations, dental care, vaccinations, school supplies, feeding program, and awareness sessions on mental health and countering violent extremism. Colonel Frederick Sales of the 101st Infantry Brigade emphasized the military's commitment to Basilan communities, while Corps Principal Nur Sharif Baki expressed gratitude for the support. The program was made possible through collaboration with government agencies, health offices, and various civic organizations.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Troops from the 62nd Infantry Battalion's headquarters and Charlie companies ensured security and assisted in delivering services during the Hatid Serbisyo Caravan in Barangay Makagahay, Moises Padilla, Negros Occidental. A total of 123 residents benefited from medical consultations, free medicines, optical checkups, eye examinations, and a feeding program. Vice Mayor Adrian Villaflor and board member Anton Oseño thanked the Philippine Army and its partners for their dedication in bringing essential government services closer to the community.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let us hear some information from Joanne. About 71 former rebels receive educational assistance from Cagayan provincial government.
71 former rebels receive educational assistance from the provincial government of Cagayan. The Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, or PSWDO, led the distributions worth 5,000 pesos for the children of former rebels. According to the PSWDO, the provincial government of Cagayan continues to support the needs of former rebels to uplift their life. The assistance to the province is one of the priorities of the administration of Governor Manuel Mamba under his Cagayan development agenda. The assistance is one of the factors for achieving peace and contributed to the declaration of the province of Cagayan as insurgency-free. The former rebels who received educational assistance came from the barangays of Bural, Balani, San Juan, and Mazi in Rizal Town, Lagum in Santo Niño, and Alacapan, Cagayan. It can be recalled that 16 former rebels were also given employment by the Cagayan provincial government and have already been deployed in various district hospitals and within the Cagayan capital. This is John Sagalk reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The BRP Jose Rizal FF-150 is closely monitoring 3 Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy vessels spotted off Bajo de Masinloc in the West Philippine Sea. Naval Forces Northern Luzon said that during a sovereignty patrol, the Philippine warship issued consecutive radio challenges to the Chinese vessels, including the guided missile frigate Dali FFG-553. NFNL condemned the plan's presence, stating it undermines regional peace and violates international law. The command reaffirmed its commitment to lawful maritime operations and defending the country's exclusive economic zone.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the per liter prices of diesel and kerosene went down today, but the cost of gasoline rose. The price of diesel was rolled back by 1 peso and 15 centavos and kerosene by 90 centavos. Meanwhile, gasoline prices are up by 70 centavos. Local oil industry sources attributed the mixed price adjustments to oil-related global developments, which include United States President Donald Trump's call for lower oil prices.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now more updates from Mafet about NTFL-CAC respects Cocopea's exit, emphasizes continued collaboration.
Yes, good morning. The National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict respects the decision of the Coordinating Council of Private Educational Associations of the Philippines to withdraw from its executive committee, recognizing it as an internal matter. NTF-ELCAC Executive Director Undersecretary Ernesto Torres Jr. acknowledged Cocopea's continued commitment to unity, peace, security, and socio-economic development despite stepping back from formal membership. He also emphasized the task force's dedication in engaging with private education institutions to counter radicalization and maintain schools as centers of learning free from extremist influence. This is Mafet Tizan reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mafet.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the House of Representatives approves on second reading the 200 peso wage hike bill. However, there was a catch. From the proposed across-the-board increase, the approved measure was tweaked to only benefit minimum wage earners. The substitute bill stated that the daily rate of all minimum wage workers in the private sector, regardless of employment status, shall be increased by 200 peso per day. The increase includes those in contractual and subcontractual arrangements, whether agricultural or non-agricultural.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections and the Philippine National Police will meet this week to discuss the implementation of Oplan Katok. Oplan Katok is a door-to-door campaign of the PNP targeting firearms with expired licenses. Garcia said that both agencies have a very good relationship and they just need to sit down and talk. Garcia earlier said that he will request for the suspension of the implementation of Oplan Katok during the election period.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Meljoy of First Year G about JDF Karagatan participates in the 207th founding anniversary of Ilocos Norte.
Yes, Rofh, the Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 through the 38th Marine Company actively participated in the 207th founding anniversary of Ilocos Norte through a cleanup drive and tree planting activity at Saud Beach, Pagudpud, Ilocos Norte. The cleanup drive aimed to remove waste and debris from Saud Beach, preserving its pristine beauty and ensuring a healthier coastal ecosystem for locals and tourists alike. Meanwhile, the tree planting activity was a proactive step toward combating deforestation and climate change, contributing to a greener and more sustainable future. By taking part in this meaningful event, MBLT 8 and 38 Marine Company reaffirmed their commitment to support the people of Ilocos Norte not only in times of need but also in building a resilient, environmentally conscious and united community. Their dedication to public service and environmental advocacy serves as an inspiration for everyone to take responsibility in protecting and preserving our natural resources. Through cooperation and shared efforts, the Ilocos Norte's beauty and rich natural heritage are safeguarded for generations to come. This is Meldry Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy from First Year G.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the House of Representatives approved the third and final reading the bill that seeks to make nuisance candidacy an election offense. House Bill 11317 got 193 affirmative votes, while 4 voted in the negative. There was no abstention. Under the bill, anyone found guilty of the prohibited acts under Batas Pambansa 881 or the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines shall pay a fine of 500,000 pesos to the Commission on Elections.
DWDD National News.
The Senate approved a third and final reading the bill that seeks to postpone the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao elections from May to October 2025. Senator Juan Miguel Zubir explained his vote in favor of the rescheduling the BARM polls. Zubir said that with the recent Supreme Court ruling that separated Sulu from the BARM, they need time to reconfigure the composition of the Bangsamoro Parliament. They aim to address the parliamentary seats that would have belonged to Sulu.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Gina about 18th IB and PGCAG provide eyeglasses to MNLF families in Lamitan.
Yes, Rofh, the 18th Infantry Battalion in partnership with the General Council of Assemblies of God distributed eyeglasses to Moro National Liberation Front families and residents of Barangay Parangbasak, Lamitan City. This initiative followed the unit's medical outreach program at Camp Sabaha Bohe Beka. Beneficiaries expressed gratitude, highlighting the improvement in their vision and quality of life. The 18th Infantry Battalion continues to strengthen community ties, working with local government and NGOs to provide essential healthcare services in Basilan. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, House Speaker Martin Romualdez called for stronger regional cooperation to address challenges in the Indo-Pacific. He made that statement on day one of the two-day Parliamentary Intelligence Security Forum at the House of Representatives. Romualdez said the Indo-Pacific is where economic dynamism coexists with intensifying strategic competition, geopolitical tensions, and non-traditional security threats. Incumbent and former international lawmakers, diplomats, and experts on security and technology attended the forum.
DWDD National News.
The Chinese arrested recently for allegedly spying for China have been living in the Philippines for decades. Bureau of Immigration Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado said, based on their records, the suspects have embedded themselves in the community and even married Filipino women. Some of the suspects have been in the country as early as 2002 before they were found to be doing suspicious activities. Viado added that these spies also had working visas and held jobs in San Juan City and Manila.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now from Solcom, let us hear from Sena about 9030 Infantry Brigade welcomes newly assigned personnel in Sorsogon.
The 903rd Infantry Patriot Brigade welcomed the newly assigned personnel and pinned ranks on newly promoted personnel at its headquarters at Castilla, Sorsogon. Senior Master Sergeant Johnson De Queros, the Brigade Sergeant Major, was among the newly promoted personnel. Colonel Angelo Z. Lutera, the Deputy Brigade Commander, officiated the donning of rank ceremony. During his message, he emphasized the underlying responsibilities in achieving the next higher rank and the organizational effectiveness, that achieving excellence requires self-discipline, motivation, and consistency. He also urged the personnel to reflect on the core values of soldiery and professionalism in the performance of duties. This kind of traditional activity reaffirmed the brigade's commitment and leadership standards to fostering a culture of excellence, resilience, and competency as it continues to fulfill its mandate to serve and protect the people in Albay, Sorsogon, and Masbate areas. This is Sena from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sena from Solcom.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now from Congress, let us hear from Terence about Speaker Romualdez urges diplomacy, peaceful dialogues amid WPS role.
Speaking before the delegates of the Parliamentary Intelligence Security Forum, PISF, held at the House of Representatives, House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez highlighted the Indo-Pacific region's economic and strategic significance and urged the international community to uphold international law in the West Philippine Sea, or WPS, and respect the 2016 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, arbitral ruling. Speaker Romualdez said, the situation in the West Philippine Sea is a direct and urgent concern for the Philippines. He added that this is not just about territorial integrity, but a test of the international community's commitment to upholding the international law and ensuring freedom of navigation. Speaker Romualdez noted that China, despite the UNCLOS ruling, continues its coercive actions and militarization in the disputed waters, which poses a significant threat to regional peace. This is Terence Mordenograna reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Terence from Congress.
DWDD National News.
The House of Representatives has approved on second bill reading House Bill 10987 that bans offshore gaming operations in the country. Under the bill, those found to have violated the ban shall be punished with imprisonment of 4 years to 6 years with a fine of at least 100,000 pesos, but not more than 500,000 pesos for the first offense. For the second offense, imprisonment lasting 6 years to 8 years, and fine of at least 500,000 pesos but not more than 1 million pesos. while imprisonment lasting 8 years to 10 years and a fine of at least 5 million pesos but not more than 10 million pesos for the third and succeeding offenses.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Science and Technology bared its initiative to help fast-track the commercialization of startups and enterprises innovations. DOST Secretary Renato Solidum Jr. said that the agency's Propel program aims to help Filipino startups and science and technology enterprises. They will be given access to DOST's comprehensive suite of services, facilities, and programs, helping them bring their innovations to market and scale up their businesses. The Propel project was rolled out last December.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from siya about Boost Committee engagement in Balbalan, Kalinga.
Yes, Rofh, the Civilian Active Auxiliary or CAA enhanced its community outreach in Balbalan, Kalinga yesterday through initiatives promoting public welfare and environmental responsibility. Lapuk patrol-based personnel provided free haircuts in Sitio Lapuk, Barangay Buaya, benefiting residents in remote areas. Meanwhile, the Balbalan proper patrol base, in coordination with barangay officials, led a cleanup drive to encourage environmental stewardship. These efforts highlights the CAA's dedication to community service, strengthening cooperation between security forces and local residents. This is Shaina Araneta reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaina.
Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Ferdy about Philippine Army partners conduct medical mission in Bukidnon.
Good day to you, Rofh. The 3rd Civil Military Operations Dangpanan Company, in partnership with the 8th Infantry Battalion and other military units, assisted in a medical mission, porridge feeding, and leaflet distribution in Barangay Bulonay, in Pasugong, Bukidnon. The initiative, supported by the Bukidnon Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and other health organizations, provided cervical cancer screening, breast exams, and prenatal checkups for high-risk pregnancies. The outreach aimed to bridge gaps between remote communities and government services while encouraging reintegration and withdrawal of support for armed groups. This is Ferdy Blues reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ferdy.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Tourism is expanding its tourist assistance call center by adding Korean-speaking agents. This is to accommodate the growing influx of South Korean tourists. Starting in February, the TACC will operate from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., offering Korean language assistance to South Korean visitors seeking information and services during their stay. DOT Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco said the initiative reflects the DOT's commitment in enhancing services for the country's largest tourist market.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga